Ryder for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at the O2 Arena. I'm joined by Zach Parker. Bit of a strange ending, obviously. There, just talk me through it, Zach, please.
Yeah, obviously I got the injury. It started around. I think I hit him with an uppercut, and it is like one of his elbows or something. And I just felt it like you can see it there. It's like cracked out of place, and if I go like that, I can feel it moving. And I was warming up into the fight like first couple before, but yeah, I thought I was up on the cards, but started catching with a nice right hand to the body. But obviously in that last round, I was trying to keep him off. I couldn't keep him off with just one hand. You know what I mean? So you can't. Obviously, I've done it before with one hand, but at this top level, you can't do it, can you? So and try and get this fixed and obviously regroup now.
Were you thinking about making that call earlier in the fight?
No, I did it in that last round.
Oh, you did it in that
last round. And obviously, I was trying to punch with it, and every time I did it, it was just clicking. I knew it was just going to get worse and worse. You see it now.
What's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Weps for coming through and wepsing up your man, the YB. Dire coin situation. So, we just heard there from your man, Zach Parker. Oh my god, it's all the way bad for him right now. Lost me some coins as well. I bet on this fight, going the distance, and always some sort of scam going on, man. This fight, well, the first 3 rounds, 100% going distance. And then this goofy looking ass dude busts his hand. Now, some people are saying he quit. I do have to say, man, listen. Initially, I thought it was a tactical error. Initially, I thought for some reason, oh, well, if a fight stops after 4 rounds, it goes to the judges' scorecards. Because he even said, oh, I thought I was up after 4 rounds. But then I clocked on, well, no, I don't want that. You can't just stop a fight for whatever reason and go to the scorecards. That only happens if it's a doctor stoppage. And apparently doctors don't stop fights because of your hand. They only stop a fight if it's to do something with your bonds. Normally, yeah, the doctor only stops a fight if it's something to do with, really, cuts, innit? I guess cuts. Yeah, really cuts or eyes, vision, maybe. But anyway, bottom line is, man, he jacked, yeah? Now, we've seen many other people, George Grove, and in all fairness, it was round 4. Maybe if it was round 10, yeah, he might have had a look. But really, I think, bearing in mind, he would have known, I'm going to lose this fight. It's not a case of, well, I might win, the judges might have me up. He would have known, yep, if I stop this fight, I've lost this fight. Why is that relevant? Well, I'd like to have seen a bit more. He said he only did it in that round. I don't know. This guy's a southpaw, yeah? Could he have not come out and... I understand he's broken his southpaw lead hand, his right hand, which means he can't jab. Obviously, normally, if you break your backhand, or if it's your backhand that's dodgy, you can kind of negotiate. Especially someone like Zach Parker, who's tall and lanky, versus someone like John Ryder. He could have, if it was his left hand, he could have maybe negotiated. But still, I'm thinking, this is the big... We're talking about the winner of this fight, yeah, is up next, potentially, with Canelo. That's a $10 million opportunity. Not to mention Zach Parker's the next big thing for BT Sports and Frank Warren. And, like, you're undefeated. This is your undefeated career on the line. And a $10 million Canelo payday on the line. Could you not have said, you know what? And bear in mind, people, yeah, most people train... Well, any good trainer will have you training southpaw and orthodox. Just so you get the muscle, just so you develop both sides. You don't want to be one-sided as a fighter. Yes, you can have your preferred stance, but any decent trainer will have their fighters mixing and matching, just so you get the different looks and whatever else. And to be honest, if anything else, you should be training multi-stance for things like this. No fighter should be one-dimensional. Okay, I can only ever fight in southpaw stance. Because you never know, when you break your lead hand, you might need to get desperate and be able to do it the other way. After all, yeah, it is only a fight, you know. It's not nothing, we're not talking quantum physics here. You're having a fight with another man. And the goal of that fight is to win. If that means your lead hand's broken and you need to go back to orthodox and start, that's what you must try. At least try, that's what I mean. So I agree. Initially, when people were saying quit, I said, I don't know about that. But after I've watched the fight, it was weird. He wasn't even getting dominated. And that's what makes it weird for me. Some people are gassed saying, yeah, well, Parker was all over him and he didn't fancy it. I don't know about that. I didn't see that myself. I didn't see him all over him. Ryder was probably winning, but I didn't see it. It didn't look like a jackable offence to me. The way the fight was going, I can't imagine he would have jacked. And obviously, it's because of his hand, but I'm just surprised. I'm surprised him and his team didn't say, you know what, let's at least give a round of orthodox. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's go out there for a round. Let's try and keep him at bay with a left jab for a round. You never know. How do you know how it would have gone? Especially because of how big Zach Parker is as well. Zach Parker's the bigger, longer guy. Are you telling me he couldn't have gone out there in orthodox and tried to make it work? And if you can't, guess what? You're going to be stopped anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think about the logic here. So you'd rather blow your undefeated career, just blow it, rather than try everything possible. That's what he basically said. Nah, you know what? I'd rather just blow my career. I'd rather just blow my career without even trying. He could have come out for a round and give it a go in the other stance. If that's not working, then at least try. No, I don't know. And this is the problem with these generation fighters, yeah. The generation of fighters today, they all have it too easy. Zach Parker's probably making 100, 200 grand fighting bums, and he thought, you know what, I'll just, you know what I mean? That's the truth. These guys are making 100, 200 grand just fighting bums. He's probably thinking, you know what, I made 100 grand in my last fight, no problem. I made no rush to get back to it. I'll just have some time. You know what I mean? There's no dying, burning desire to win, end of the day. He was happy just to roll over. So yeah, he did jack, truth be known, he jacked. Now, not because he lost, not because his hand got broke, but because he didn't even try. He even said himself, it happened in the 4th round. It's actually quite rare. Normally, yeah, when a fighter gets an injury, normally we see them say, okay, let me give it a few rounds. That's how it normally goes. It's very rare, yeah, for a fighter to get an injury and it's that round they pull out. The same round it happened, very rarely. Even the worst fighters usually give it a round or two after that. That means really, let's assume, yeah, it happened in the middle of the round. That means he only really had it for 90 seconds and he was out of there. 90 seconds and he was, oh, nah, man, that's weak for me. And even the interviewer was surprised. Because the interviewer said, oh, when did it happen? And he said, oh, no, it happened that round. Which implied that even the interviewer thought that it must have happened earlier. No, it happened in that round and he was jumping out there straight away. That's weak. And that's why, again, you can never bet on these weak, new up-and-coming fighters. I mean, Zach Parker was the favourite. He was heavy favourite. Now, I knew the fight. Well, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy fight. The odds were Zach Parker was going to knock Ryder out. Can you believe that? And it ends up going the other way as such. Knocked him out. I don't think Ryder would have knocked him out. And in fact, Ryder wasn't fighting the best fight either. Ryder, for some reason, Ryder's renowned, yeah, or has been. The best part of Ryder's career, which has been recently, has been when he fought Callum Smith and he fought Danny Jacobs. In both of them fights, John Ryder had the tight guard, chin down, hands up. Now, this fight with Zach Parker, he come out with the low lead hand and all mixing it. I wasn't impressed, to be honest. I was nervous. Part of the reason why I bet on the fight going the distance was because I thought, yeah, John Ryder's solid. Liam Smith couldn't put him down. Danny Jacobs couldn't put him down. He's solid. Chin down, hands up. They're the kind of guys I like to bet on. Not being stopped. Yeah? All of a sudden he comes out and he's got this loosey-goosey. I thought, fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even that impressed with Ryder. Ryder was, don't know why, I'm not sure what they've been doing in camp, but for whatever reason, Ryder wasn't doing what's made him successful recently. He was kind of leaping in with a split guard. So I don't know. Fair play to Ryder. Obviously, he won the fight. You can make it whatever way you look at it. He won the fight. Zach Parker, I mean, his stocks dropped expeditiously, and Ryder's has elevated again. Ryder keep on. I mean, Ryder's had a bad luck, and that's why I am happy for Ryder, because he's had bad luck for a long time. Some people thought he beat Smith. He got the win over Danny Jacobs, I think. Did he get the win on that one? I'm not sure, but either way, he's had a few dodgy decisions, and now it's finally. This is huge for him. Him getting a stop, even though it wasn't a pure stoppage, but him, whatever way you look at it, If your hands are weak, your hands are weak. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's the thing. I've heard about other fighters. I'm sure Deontay Wilder's broken his hand before in a fight. I think Wilder broke his hand on Bermane Stivern's head in the first fight. I'm sure of it. That first fight was a grueling heavyweight fight, and they were heavyweights. Deontay Wilder broke his hand in that fight and went on for the next X amount of rounds. Zach Parker in there, heavy favourite, tall guy. So if there was ever a guy who could potentially negotiate the fight with a jab, it would have been this one, wouldn't it? Small Ryder, and he breaks his hand and jumps out the ring. Zach Parker and people, the reason he did quit, is because he ain't the first fighter to break a hand before. Not the first fighter at all. Really, he's one of the first fighters to quit after breaking a hand. And I'm not saying I'd quit as well if my hand broke, but I'd be a quitter too. Do you know what I'm saying? It's nothing personal. Well, it is personal actually. I take it personally because many of your fans. And that's why I say you can't trust these new age guys, man. Because many of his fans, I'm sure he's gassed his fans up. Many of his fans will have put. And I understand. Obviously, we all take a risk here, but many of his fans will have put money on him turning up and putting a shift in. You have to represent more than just, you know what I mean. And now we find out the truth. The truth is he ain't certified. The truth is if it gets hard, he happy to roll over. That's what Zach Parker's proven now. He ain't really looking to be truly great. Greatness is when adversity hits you in the face, you try and, not even necessarily say win, but you try and find a way. Can anyone here say Zach Parker tried to find a way to win? No, he was out of there. The first sign of trouble, he getting out of there. That's weak. Anyway, salute to John Ryder. He's earned it the hard way, for sure. I mean, he'll be food for Canelo in my opinion. Canelo just too big, too strong, but nonetheless, he's earned it. So yeah. Zach Parker, get this guy out of here, man. I ain't trying to hear no more about Zach Parker. Get this guy, dusty, have an ass dude.